Alright, I'm just calling this Math Skill 1. It's just looking at some of the little techniques sometimes that are quite useful. If we have the force equation, a gravitational force equation like that, I'm asking what's going to happen if the radius increases. Now, what if r is increased or doubled? R is doubled. What happens to the force? So if r is doubled, then we have g big M m over 2r squared. Alright? Now, what's going to happen to the force? Because basically we can say that g, m and little m are a constant. Alright, so if this bit here is a constant and we increase the radius or the distance, then the force must change, and we can write that as force is equal to big G, big M, little m all over 4r squared. So it's like suddenly we just introduced a 4r squared, so we could look at that as 4f times 4r squared equals G M M, and you can say, well, that's what it was before, but now we've got a 4 there. The only way that can still equal a constant is we put a 4 there. So we can say that if the radius is doubled, then the force will be quartered. Could look at that from the point of view just over here where you just went, oh, okay, you've just divided that side by 4, so you can divide that side by 4. They're still equal. Okay, so that's the same thing. Let's take a different example. Maybe this time it's F equals G big M over little m r squared again, but this time say I want to increase it by 10%. Okay, so that's now G big M little m all over r times 1.1 all squared equals force. This time we can take that 1.1 out. 1.1 squared is 1.21, so we can say that is equal to r squared times 1.21, and the force there. If we've done that on that side, then we know now that the force must be decreased, or you divide the force by 1.21 and it's decreased to give us that same constant. Or you could have just looked at it like this: 4 times F times 1.21 times r squared equals G M M, which is a constant. So if we want that all to work, we've got to do that. Just little mathematical techniques. Again, maybe have helped you in one of your problems.